What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Robino.
I'm Rionyxiel.
And we are here today to finally do the X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's the end of an era for this franchise on Fox. I know there's been a lot of people talking and saying they don't want to see it because they know it's not really going to be that great. There's some people say that were great. Well, let's go ahead and start with Rio. Well, how did you feel about this movie for you?
Normally, when you see a franchise trying to end the series, end the saga, end whatever, they try to make it the best one yet. They try to go out on a high note. And while the potential for this movie being the great way to end the franchise and transition over to a Marvel or whatever they're going to do with it, it didn't come off that way. I mean, the graphics are really good throughout the story. The graphics are awesome. There's a couple good, really cool fight scenes. But overall, the acting was okay, and the story was just okay. It was very boring for me overall. I mean,
well, personally, to me, I actually, surprisingly, I actually really liked this movie. I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying, but I think the reason why for that is, I remember you were saying this. There wasn't enough world building for this X-Men franchise.
I mean, there was plenty of world building, but they changed characters, changed stories so often that it felt very disconnected from all the characters.
Well, that's the thing. I think the problem is that they were trying to connect the old X-Men with the new X-Men. Remember, in Future Past, they kind of did this whole, like they're in the past and there's the future. There's the past people when they were younger, and then there was the future.
They changed the future and all.
Yeah, they were trying to make it like. I guess you were trying to. I guess you were saying like maybe they were trying to make it to where like they were trying to change the timeline a little bit by doing this movie.
Instead of doing I felt it was possible they're trying to do a reboot without actually doing a reboot. They're trying to retcon and change everything around, rebuild a story without actually rebooting the franchise. So they did, and it ended up in a very confusing story.
Right.
Some of the earlier ones, like Days of Future Past and First Class, were not bad movies. They were enjoyable and they were okay. But I hate time travel. I hate the paradoxes. I hate everything's changing, the timelines, all that stuff. So when they did, I was a little disappointed, and I was trying to get used to this new X-Men timeline. Right. Which I did eventually, and then, but the characters didn't feel as connected, as human, as relatable as the earlier incarnation of X-Men characters were. So when we had all the events of this movie happening, I felt very meh. Yeah. Why should I care if he loves her? Why should I care if this happens to this person over here? It's like, it's bad and all that stuff, but it's just like, I had no investment in these characters.
I definitely agree, and it's very sad because it would have been nice if they would have just rebooted the series instead of just trying to do this whole time thing. I see what they were trying to do, but it just didn't work out the way it should. Because it's really sad because they actually, to me personally, did a real good job playing these characters. I think they just needed more time to play the characters because not everybody,
I love Michael Fassbender playing a Magneto.
Yeah.
He's a good Magneto. I like it.
And I think one of my favorite things about him is when he's like using his little powers for metal or whatever, he's trying to bend stuff. Little power. Well, his using his powers to actually, bend metal and stuff. It doesn't look corny. It doesn't look corny at all. He'd be doing this like I think there was a scene where he was battling. I forget he was battling one of the bad guys or whatever. I don't want to spoil it right now, but he was battling and he does this whole. And sometimes it looks kind of corny. It looked corny. So, no, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. That's what he was doing. He was doing this.
In what part?
There was a part of the movie where he was like... There was a part where... it was the helicopter. Remember the helicopter was coming? He was doing this. He was doing that. Like, I know. And it looked... at first, I'm thinking like, it's kind of corny. But I thought about it. I think he did a really good job of doing that. I think he did an awesome job.
Let's let you lift a weight, and I'm going to be pushing down on the weight and see how you struggle.
Okay. But what I'm saying is sometimes it looks corny when some people do it.
Yeah,
it looks corny as hell. But with him, I just felt he just plays a great Magneto. I'm sorry, he plays a really great Magneto, and I wish we would have had more of his character throughout the years because he was, like I said, he was only in like 3 movies, I believe. Yeah, he was only in 3 movies, and I'm really mad about that. Like. Yeah, because he was in Future Past, Apocalypse, and then this one. That's it. And I wanted more from him. And it's sad that we won't be able to get it unless they let him in the other Marvel movie. But
if they do, I think it'll be a while before they'll do it. I don't know how they're going to redo the X-Men, adding to the Marvel Universe, cinematic universe anyway. I'm hoping they're planning on doing that and actually adding him in. Same thing.
I would love to see him in there.
I don't know if we need the same characters or reboot the whole franchise and start over with a new X-Men movie from Marvel Cinematic. I don't know, but we'll figure that out when that comes along.
I also did like the music of the X-Men too. I like the music. I think it fit in the movie. It was perfect. I love that. I think that was another thing. Of course, I like the action in it. The graphics were good too.
Awesome, yeah.
The graphics were good too.
They were subtle a lot of the times. Like when they were, like you said, Magneto, and he was like throwing metal around. It felt very natural.
Yes.
For someone who's bending metal with their mind.
Right.
Or whatever but it felt very natural. It wasn't like corny CGI. It was very flowed really well. Yeah. Even Phoenix using her powers. When you saw, or Jean Grey, Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, whatever.
Yeah, Jean Grey, Phoenix. Yeah.
Every now and then, when she got angry or she got a little upset or things are starting to lose, she was losing control.
Yeah.
You can see the cracks in her skin appearing, her eyes slowly glowing orange-ish.
Yeah.
It was very subtle things that happened, and you could see them faintly. It was very faint, and I love that little bit of magic. It felt very. It added a depth to the character in the story over those little parts there. But my favorite action scene was at the end when the whole train scene was going on.
Right.
I'm not going to explain too much of what's going on, but you saw the full potential of all the various X-Men, Cyclops. Cyclops?
Yes, Cyclops,
I keep
Storm.
calling him a cyborg for some reason, so it's Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops, Storm, Nightcrawler, of course, Professor Xavier, Magneto.
And Xavier didn't do anything in that scene.
Yeah, everybody,
Professor Xavier did nothing during that part.
Well, I mean, all he could do was just read minds. I mean, control minds.
He's a psychic. He does have psychic abilities.
Yes, but I mean, I doubt he,
But anyway, other characters as well. But yeah, you saw their full potential while they were doing these things, fighting this alien invasion on the ship that was trying to get to the Phoenix.
Right, which is like a cosmic force. Which one thing I did like about this movie, which at least they followed the comics. You know what I'm saying? They kind of did, but they go into space. Jean tries to save the spaceship. And next thing you know, the cosmic force goes inside her, and she survives it. And of course, she goes on a big rampage, which is, it's obvious. You got a Phoenix society that can just kind of control.
It's not a Phoenix. Sense. They just call it Phoenix, but yeah, it's a powerful force, the force of passion of creation.
I think it's like cosmic force, right?
It's cosmic force.
It's a cosmic force, yeah.
It's the child of the universe that is pretty much the passion of creation.
Yes.
From the Big Bang or whatever else. But anyway, so it goes through reigniting worlds, destroying. It can destroy whole segments of the universe if it wants to.
It's very powerful.
It just recreates. And she has that inside her, so she's battling herself as Jean Grey, who she is, her past being hidden from her by Professor Xavier, for her own good, of course, but that's debatable. So she's mistrust of everyone else. The aliens manipulating her as well. The Bidari, I think they are Dabari. And the Phoenix Force, a power that she now is awake. She doesn't understand it until she's explained to what it is, and then she understands what she has inside of her. Mm-hmm. And then once she understands that, and that the people are trying to help her family and all this stuff, the whole connection to family and good things and people who love you and trust you and all that stuff. And she went back to that, and she shows you the Force to help and be good.
Well, I mean, and like I said,
she was Dark Phoenix for I think 5 minutes in this movie.
Yes. Well. About 10 minutes, because she started using it. But one thing we were debating on this about, Professor Xavier hiding the truth from her, and it's
the truth was nothing bad.
It was nothing bad. Yeah, it was just like, he was basically saying, look, your father didn't want you.
No,
yes.
Didn't want her, but didn't have the facility to care for her, and was kind of afraid of her.
Yes.
Nothing didn't want her, but he didn't really, didn't want her. It's hard to explain. He didn't want her, but he only because didn't understand what she was, what her powers were, and she caused a car accident that killed his wife and her mother or whatever else. So it's got a love-hate thing. I like my daughter, but she's not my daughter. She's some demon monster thing.
Right.
So Xavier hides the fact that he's still alive in her mind, put a wall up in her mind. Yeah. Saying that he died to protect her from the father who didn't want her in the first place.
Which is understandable, but it's like it's one of those debates. It's like, should you tell the child about what's going on and tell them the truth, or should you just wait and
until some cosmic entity comes in that makes you God?
Until she gets older. But then my thing is, it doesn't really matter, because if you tell them while they're young, they may not really understand, or they may just say, I still want to stay with my father, because you may mentally not understand.
That's fine, though. If they want to see their father,
right,
and they understand that they're giving up,
right,
but they want to see the father, that's fine. You understand they gave you up, so if you go there, you'll not be as disappointed.
Right.
Because you already understand that and know that.
Yeah, but she was only 7, wasn't it? About 8?
So he hid the truth from her until the Phoenix entered her body.
Yeah.
Broke down the walls in her mind, and she discovered that mistrust for Xavier. And now she had godlike powers inside of her. The whole internal conflict, was causing, and she was just being a destructive force. So that's not the best time for that to come out.
Yeah, which was
a good thing to tell her early on. Yes, she doesn't understand as a kid, of course, but. It's better than her becoming a god and destroying everything in the process when she does discover the truth.
If you think about it, Captain Force go through different bodies anyway.
It does. There's multiple Phoenixes throughout. But anyway,
which was kind of crazy, because in the comic, the way she gets it is from, not also. I guess someone else had it and it gets transferred again, because she gets it like twice. I heard, like 2-3 times. So it's very interesting. So and that's the crazy part. See, they could have continued it.
Oh, they might.
Oh no, not with this one. I don't think they're gonna use these people though. I don't think they are. I think it's whatever. But anyway, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. Yes, it had its flaws and stuff like that. Would I watch it again? No, not really. I'm kind of done with this franchise. I've been done. I felt like Logan was the end for X-Men for me, but I went to go see it just for my sanity, because like I said, I remember watching X-Men back in 2000 when it first came out, so I wanted to watch it, kind of give me my own conclusion myself, and what do you know, it wasn't as bad. Maybe because people were talking junk about it. It
wasn't bad, but it was... Yeah. I in my opinion, it was very boring. The action scenes were okay, but there's only really 3 action scenes in the entire movie. Yeah. The rest of it's all conflict, I can't control my powers, why are you hiding stuff from me? We gotta find her and talk to her, talk to him, talk to her, talk to him. It's like... that's all cool and all, but once again, no investment in these characters, so them talking doesn't really mean much to me anyway. So the story is very boring. The interactions are mostly boring. There's some cool scenes and all that stuff. Yeah. And the action's really awesome when it gets to the action, but that's few and far between.
Personally, to me, I didn't think it was boring. I thought the pacing was decent. I thought the music was good. I thought the actors was good.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie.
I'm not a big fan of Storm. I wish maybe if I would have... Storm. Well, I mean, I like her, but just like you said, I wish I would have maybe had her longer, maybe grow with her as a character. She came from Apocalypse,
right?
Yes.
That's where she was introduced. So,
if we had her a little bit longer, that would be kind of cool. Maybe that's why Cyclops, the guy who played him, he looked like the guy, he kind of acted like him, but they were all too young for this type of movie. It's called Dark Phoenix, and by then I want everyone to be in their 30s and adults. I feel like they were just kids.
That's the thing. The first movie happened in the 1960s, right?
Right.
So this is literally, and I think this was 1993, so this is about 30 years later. They don't look like they're...
Because starting in first class.
20 to 30, 40-year-old adults. They look like they're...
Like 16.
Early 20s.
Early 20. Yeah, well, about 16.
Somewhere in there.
Almost 16 still look to me.
Well, Fassbender looks older than that. He looks like he's like maybe 25 or something. Yeah. He's still very young, though, and doesn't look like a 30, 40-year-old man. Yeah. But, unless I'm getting my timelines wrong, I'm pretty sure 60s to 90s, there should be 33 years at least. Yeah, but they weren't babies, so it was like maybe 40 years old. Yeah. So... If I'm wrong, if I'm not right. But anyway, we're rambling on about the Earth's issues now.
But overall, love the movie. He thought it was kind of boring, but still go check it out. Let us know in the comment section below if you have already watched it, and if you're sad that X-Men is now gone from Fox and going to Disney, or you're just happy about it. Because I know some people like, thank God you guys were fucking it up. Also, check out my other channel, Kid Robino. I do stuff on, I like kid stuff on there, play video games, read mangas and cartoons and so forth. Also, check out Fearbot Gaming, man. We play video games on there, man. We got a couple VRs, Subnautica, and whatever video game we play. And also, if you are watching this on my channel, check out my boy Rio, man. Check him out, man. He does the same thing I do, movie reviews, trailer reactions, and so forth. Is there anything else?
If you're watching this on my channel, go check out Robino Entertainment. Link down in the description below. It does a lot of top 5s, trailer reaction, movies, same stuff we do over here, but a little bit extra. So go check it out. It's a lot of good fun. And you already got the other channel. So we're going to end this episode right here. Thank y'all for watching this episode. Hope to see you in the next one we do. Bye.
Peace out.